Welcome to Building a Winning Trading Strategy Step-by-Step series, the only series on YouTube without clickbait that will actually help you take the next step you need in your career as a trader. If you are in the 99% of the people that are tired of losing money trading in the markets, don't give up, because you finally found the right channel. And believe that, from today on, this will be the best series you will ever see in your life. Because I will show you all the secrets that professional traders use to create their trading strategies. My name is AlgoTrade Pro, and welcome to the third episode of this exciting journey. Before starting this episode, I just want to thank you all for your amazing and stunning support. It means a lot to me, so a big thanks to all of you. In the last two episodes of this series, we covered all the fundamentals for creating a profitable trading strategy. We talked about risk management, backtesting, confirmation indicators, filter indicators, and much more. Besides that, I started the process of creating a new trading strategy with all the fundamentals that I am teaching you, and the best part is that I'm actually showing you in video everything I do, with no tricks, so that you can have a good example of how to create your dream trading strategy. If you haven't seen those episodes, it's not worth watching this one right now, because you will not understand it. Go see the first two episodes and then move on to this one. The links are in the description of this video. In this third episode, we will talk about another type of indicator that will be used to increase the efficiency and win rate of our strategy, while decreasing its drawdown. Sounds good, right? As you have already seen in the title of this episode, yes, I am talking about the volume indicator. Before that, I will just do a quick recap of what we already know that I'm going to use in my strategy. Therefore, my strategy will be for the 2-hour time frame. I will apply it in the cryptocurrency market, and for now, these are the cryptos that I chose to carry out the backtests. My risk management will be done using the ATR indicator with the default settings. My confirmation indicator will be the QQE Ep.3 with the settings 14, 5 and 4.238. And my filter indicator is the end-trend price DPO with the period of 21. Let's now talk about the volume indicator. A volume indicator is an indicator that has the simple purpose of identifying the strength of market trends, and for this reason, confirming price movements. So, what are the qualities of a good volume indicator? As I said, it is an indicator that provides us with information about the strength of the trend present in the markets. When there is a high volume of trades during an uptrend, it suggests that more traders are buying the asset, indicating a strong bullish trend. On the other hand, a high volume of trades during a downtrend indicates a strong bearish trend. And by that way, this is also an indicator that confirms price movements. When there is a high volume of trades during a price increase, it indicates that the trend is likely to continue. Conversely, a low volume of trades during a price increase could indicate that the trend may not be sustainable. But now you are probably thinking,
but then what is the advantage and practice of a volume indicator?
In order to answer your question, let me ask you another question. What do you think is worse, winning or losing a trade? Think carefully, because the question has a trick. I give you 3 seconds. If your answer is winning, I'm sorry, but you are wrong. If your answer is losing, unfortunately, you are also wrong. And please wait, don't be mad at me. I'm not kidding with you, and I'm going to reveal the right answer. The worst thing that can happen in a trade is not that it becomes a loser or a winner, but if it becomes none of those things. That is, if the price does not move in any direction. Because we are wasting our time, losing our precious money with commissions and swaps, and the longer we are in a sideways position, the greater the probability of being devastated by some economic news. A good trader is the one who enters and exits a trade as quickly as possible. Or at least the one who enters and it is in a position to place the stop loss in the entry point as quickly as possible, in order to have a trade with zero associate risks. And what is the only indicator that can protect us from entering a trade that it is in a sideways market? Now yes, you got it right. It is indeed the volume indicator. And believe me when I say that it is the only one. A momentum indicator doesn't have this power, neither a trend indicator. So, in practice, a volume indicator should eliminate the largest number of signals given by the confirmation indicator that had no sufficient volume, while maintaining the profitable entry signals. In this way, we will increase the win rate of our strategy, we will reduce the drawdown, we will cut some of the commissions and swaps that we would pay to our broker, and who knows if we will not be able to increase the strategy's final net profit. But keep in mind that the main objective will be to increase the win rate of the strategy. And how do you know which one is the best for your strategy? It's quite simple, we just have to backtest as many volume indicators as possible. And the selection process is exactly the same as the one used for choosing the confirmation and filter indicators. As such, we will do a lot of backtests on our in-sample data, where we will choose the 3 best volume indicators that increase the win rate of our system the most to carry out the backtests on the hour of sample data. After that, we will know which is the most consistent and if it is necessary to carry out some kind of optimization. As in the other episode, I'm going to do all these backtests to choose my volume indicator and I will show you the whole process. Before that, if you are enjoying this series, don't forget to show your support by subscribing, liking and sharing my video. Believe that you are not only helping me, but you are also helping other traders that will have the same opportunity as you to watch this amazing series. I deeply thank you, and without further ado, let's start our backtests. Here are all the results. As you could see through some clips I was showing, I used my backtesting bot to help me, but everything I did you can also do manually. I tested about 20 different volume indicators and put them in this table to compare them. Here there is no specific number of indicators to test, but the more you test the better, as you increase the probability of finding good indicators. As you can see, my top 3 volume indicators that most increased the win rate of my strategy were the Wadarata explosion, the range market detector and the Hawkeye volume. Note that depending on the change in the sample, risk management, timeframes or markets, the performance of the indicators can change completely. So don't be guided by my results if you are going to create a strategy different from mine. Now, to find which one out of these 3 volume indicators is the most consistent, I'm going to apply them to my out of sample data. I will do it again using my backtesting bot and I will be right back. And here we have the results of both samples of the 3 best tested volume indicators side by side. As I mentioned in other episodes, the difference between samples should not be greater than 15 to 20%. And, by that way, you can see that the only volume indicator that respects that rule is the Wadaratar explosion. Both the range market detector and the Hawkeye volume indicators had the difference in the net profit of the 2 samples bigger than 35%. And by doing so, they are eliminated. But the episode will not end right now. As you can see, the Wadaratar explosion efficiency is not perfect. There is still a difference of 15% in the net profit of the 2 samples, and as such, we can try to optimize it. For this, I will again perform several backtests, first on my in-sample data and then on my out-of-sample data. But this time, the tests will all be done on the Wadaratar explosion. The only difference is that in each backtest, the settings of this volume indicator will be different. I will try to carry out as many backtests as possible with different settings, and I will be right back to show you the results. After over 20 different backtests on more than 55,000 trades, here we have all the results. And it's interesting to see that sometimes a small change in the settings can change the results completely. So, as you could see from the clips I showed, I first performed several backtests on my in-sample data, then chose the 2 types of settings that seemed the most consistent ones to me, and performed the backtests on my out-of-sample data. When we do optimizations, we must be careful not to create an overfitted strategy, and that's why I only chose 2 different settings to perform the out-of-sample backtest. And here you can see the differences in the results. And we can easily conclude that the slight change in the sensitivity of the Wadaratar explosion from 100 to 110 was enough to make the results more consistent. And let's not mess with the settings anymore, because, as I have mentioned many times, I don't want to make this strategy overfitted. Before finishing today's episode, I'm going to create a new Excel with all the statistical information of the strategy, now with the Wadaratar explosion volume indicator. You guys really enjoyed seeing the results of the last video, and so I think it will be nice to see the new stats. If you want to know how I create these Excels, go see the second episode of the series, because there I explained everything in detail. Now I'm going to do the new Excel and I will be right back.
A few moments later.
And here it is. This is all the statistical information about the updated strategy. The application conditions were exactly the same as the ones used in the last episode. A 2% risk per signal in a bankroll with $10,000. I remind you that I'm not yet considering commissions and swaps, that will only be done when I have my strategy fully set up. In order to better understand the variations that our new volume indicator makes in my strategy, I will compare each statistical value with the values presented in the second episode. So, on this side, I have the sheet with the data from the Ep.3 plus the untrend price DPO indicators with the respective settings. And on this side, I have the sheet with the same indicators plus the quadrature explosion. Firstly, we can see that the equity curve continues to be pretty consistent. Regarding the win rate, it improved from 59.06 to 60.70%. Regarding the net profit, it improved just by 1%, but we can see that the number of trades to reach that profit was smaller, about 15% less, which is amazing. Remember, fewer trades mean fewer commissions and swaps, so this is an incredible change in our strategy. The fact that we maintain the net profit with few trades. Regarding the average risk-to-reward ratio, it stayed practically the same, and the profit factor improved a little bit. Now, remember what I told you at the beginning of this episode? That the volume indicator can decrease the max drawdown of any strategy? As you can see, that was exactly what happened in my strategy. The max drawdown decreased from 60.8 to 46.2%, which is a 25% difference, which is a lot. The average drawdown also decreased by around 25%, from 12.04 to 9.25%. And finally, as expected, the Sharpe ratio increased as well as the return over max drawdown ratio. Therefore, we can see that the addition of a volume indicator in our strategy had an amazing impact on its efficiency and consistency. Before I finish, I would like just to clarify one thing for you. Even though the max drawdown is currently 46%, that doesn't mean I'm ever going to have a drawdown that big. And why? Because the drawdown is directly related to the risk used per trade. I will give you an example. For me, an acceptable max drawdown is around 15%. So, if I use an average risk of 0.65% per position, I will never, on average, have a max drawdown higher than that, and I will continue to have a good annual return, around 55%. Now, for anyone interested in joining a prop firm. In average, a prop firm has a max drawdown rule of 5%. So, if you use a risk of 0.20% per trade, most likely you will never reach that limit, and you can count on an average annual return of around 18%. For those who will have access to this Excel, I will leave this simulator here for you to do your tests. In addition, you will have access to this sheet where you will be able to carry out Monte Carlo simulations automatically. To find out how you can access this Excel and many others, check the links in the description. This way, for now, our strategy is formed by the Ep.4, the untrend price DPO, the quadrature explosion and the ATR indicators. Next week, we will address the final type of indicator that will probably increase even more the efficiency of our strategy. So, don't forget to subscribe to my channel and turn on the notifications so you don't miss any episodes. I hope you enjoyed it and above all that you learned something new. And I wish the best of luck to those who are going to start their backtests on volume indicators. If you want to speed up that process, you can access my backtesting bots, which can backtest thousands of trades in a few seconds. For more information, check the links in the description. And that's it. Don't forget to subscribe, comment, share and like this video to support me in bringing more content to you. Be well, thank you, bye bye.